Yo, what's up? Name's Jetleo1 and welcome to Big Milestone Let's Play number 30, Tales of Exilia. Oh boy, this is going to be a fun one. I say that a lot, but I really mean it this time because this is my single favorite Tales game and one of my most favorite games of all time. Don't know what exact number it is on the list, but it's high up on the list. And this will be a New Game Plus run. It's just that after I beat the game the first time, I then immediately went into New Game Plus. But I was an idiot and I didn't have my clear game save as a separate save. And you're not allowed to start a New Game Plus off of an in-progress story file. But I only got past the tutorial on my file, so we'll just play through the tutorial on normal and then switch over to mine. So let's just jump into it. Settings don't matter. I have the settings how I want on my actual account. And here we dive through the clouds to see a forest. That's not like a sweeping panorama shot showing off the whole planet. That's slightly disappointing. Oh well, not every game can open like Xenoblade does. Instead, we get to see a shrine with a butterfly. Look at that butterfly. We got really close to that butterfly. And within the shrine we find our main character. This is Milla. We're going to be playing as Milla, because one of the cool things about this game is that unlike most of all of the other Tales series games, there are two plots to this game, and they follow whichever main character you pick. I played as the other main character on my run when I played through the game when I first got it, so this time we're going to play through Milla's. Also, it's going to be pretty neat because a lot of YouTube people, they picked Jude, so we're going to have something a little bit fresh. But Milla seems worried. What's wrong, Milla?
The spirits are dying.
Yeah, that's a pretty big problem. And I like how they kind of just toss us in. They're like, okay, here's a bad thing. Are you ready to deal with it? Judging by the fact we vaporized that snake with the help of our friendo Persona there, seems like, yeah, we'll be good to go.
The power of Spyrix is behind this. We should investigate.
And there you go. A nice, interesting cold open where it's just, here's a problem.
So how long has it been? 6 years? Time sure flies.
Here's a problem. Here's some vague plot points. Go fix it. And that's fine by me, because the game will explain everything shortly, and if it doesn't, I will. Because what else would I be here for?
Come. Fenmont awaits.
Let the adventure begin! Epic music swell into epic video.
Man and spirit coexist. Dreams and wishes are fulfilled. Such is the life of all who live in Riza Maxia, where hope springs eternal.
Look at this anime movie opening.
Spirits have the power to bring man's wishes to fruition. And in turn, those wishes preserve and protect the spirit's livelihood.
Seems like a good place.
Therefore, it could be said that Maxwell, the Lord of the Spirits, is in fact the guardian of all things.
That seems like a fair assumption.
In this world, no known evil exists that could threaten this harmonious cycle. But if one did, perhaps it might lurk in the hearts of men.
And check that Tales of Fantasia reference. Good old Daos and his philosophy. Daos, whatever.
Hey! Oh! So sorry!
And here we meet our other main character, who we will not be playing as, but I already did. His name is Jude. He's a college kid.
I gotta move!
I can relate. He's also very late to class right now. But sadly, we will not be following him on his journey to keep his perfect attendance record intact. Because we're playing as Milla. And here, we get to pick our character. And just to do him justice, let's talk about Jude. A kind, clever medical student who left home to attend school in the capital city. Poised to graduate, Jude is eager to find his purpose in life. And so that's his character synopsis, but I feel like I need to explain just what we'll be missing out on. Because, like I said, depending on which character you pick, The plot changes, mostly based on whenever the group splits up, you're going to follow one character or the other. And the main difference really is that when you pick Jude, the story tends to focus more on the party members and their own little personal journeys, the things they learn and how they grow and change across the journey. And that's what you get from Jude. What you get from Milla, however, and why I'm picking her besides the fact that I already played Jude, is that what you get out of her story is that she keeps the overarching narrative a bit more together and flowing. It makes the story make a whole lot more sense, because whenever you have the Jude exclusive bits, it kind of just ignores whatever's going on in the plot to focus on the characters, whereas Milla focuses the whole time on what's going on. Anyways, her description is a mysterious young woman accompanied by 4 unseen beings. She comes across as calm, collected, and wise beyond her years. Let's go.
Onward!
And this is going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to this, because when I played my run as Jude, I only played Jude, because there are multiple party members, and you can play as any of them by switching who you control, but I stuck with just Jude. So I'm going to try and show off all the characters, rather than just sticking with one. And it'll be fun for me, and hopefully fun for you. And check that out. That's how you start off a game. Just fall from the sky onto some water platforms.
I sense it.
Because
up
roads
ahead.
are for suckers. And evidently she senses something up ahead, but we don't know what it is yet. I'm sure we'll find out. And I really hope you weren't trying to make this a stealth mission, because I'm pretty sure everyone heard that. Everyone and their dog.
Whoa!
I mean, look, there's a guy. He heard us. And this bit's neat, because it already shows off where the stories diverge. Because if we had picked Jude,
Hi.
we'd have had a gameplay segment where we had Jude try to run to get on time to class. But then his final
keep
project
quiet,
paper falls
and
down
I
onto
won't
our
need
water
to hurt
platform.
you.
Wait, why are you breaking into the lab? What are you...
Water style, water prison jutsu. I mean, she did warn you, Jude.
That's strange. What part of keep quiet didn't you understand?
Evidently all of it.
So, ready to hold your tongue now?
Lesson number 1. Don't mess with Milla.
Much noise. Could you try coughing quietly? What are you doing here anyway?
Now don't be like that. She asked you a question.
Can I talk?
Yes, you can. Answer the question.
I dropped something. I was just picking it up, see?
I don't think she cares, kid.
What are you up to? The guards will be here any second.
That's why I need to hurry. And you need to go home.
Just
Before
take the
they arrest
advice.
you for trespassing.
And run, kid. Evidently we can handle ourselves. We don't know about you.
Yes, the lesser spirits in this area have gone silent as well.
Oh no.
That power anomaly we felt when it happened, the one that absorbed the spirits, its source is here. Why do humans persist in seeking power that could destroy the world?
That's a good question, isn't it?
They don't need Spyrex to survive. Yes, it must be their work. That's my gut reaction anyway. Mind you, it's not just any gut reaction. It's Maxwell's instinct. Isn't that enough?
And there's the big reveal. We're not playing as just any random crazy lady. We're
No,
playing
that's
as
enough talk for
Maxwell,
now.
Lord of Spirits herself. You know, the important one from the anime
Let's
opening.
find the Spyrex.
So since we're the guardian of all things, we're here to guard some things. So here we go. Now we actually get some gameplay. Skip cutscene because the controls explanation is just a cutscene. So yeah, welcome to Tales of Exilia. We're in for one heck of a ride, and I like how you can go over here, but you can't do anything. And she's just like, well, let's head inside. So since this usually trips me up and I don't want to get too tripped up while playing this, let's cover all the basics of this game. First off, it's an RPG. It does pretty much all the things you can expect. I mean, look. Our menu, we have items, we have arts, which are basically our special skills, both the physical specials and spells. We have equipment, business as usual. Strategy lets us control how our AI work. We can keep track of all the things that have happened, all the data. And then, like anything else you can really expect from an RPG, we've probably got it, except for social links. We don't do social links. Now here, though, is one of the unique things, is that in addition to wandering around trying to find treasure chests like usual, you can find just items lying around that are material items. And I need to go under equipment to equip that cape. And what you do with material items is there's not crafting, but one of the neat things about this game is that there is only one store in the game. There are multiple locations of stores, but they all sell the same things. But the thing is, you can trade materials to upgrade different facets of the store, so like item shop, armor shop, weapon shop, whatever. And you get to grow the shop as you go along rather than just, you know, you get to a new town and then, hey, look, new to your gear. And we're about to get introduced to the rest of the systems.
Where do you think you're going?
Shh. No need to make a scene. Cooperate and I'll go easy on you.
Intruder! You're under arrest!
I mean, considering we just nearly drowned a kid in a water prison ninjutsu, you probably want to back off. And we're going to skip the tutorial, which is really nice that they let you do that. Because, I mean, I know what I'm doing. Block it. Ow, how dare you.
You would still be alive.
Can't believe I got hit in the first fight in the game. That's lame. But, I like to let you skip the tutorials, because I'm going to skip them all, because I can tell you everything there is to know. So, this game, just like the other Tales games in the series, more action RPG. When you enter battle, it puts you in sort of fighting game arena, and then you use kind of fighting game commands to fight your way out. And one of the unique things of this game compared to the other Tales games is that instead of having predefined combo lengths, this game gives you what is called the assault counter, which every point on the assault counter you have is a move you can do. So you get to just keep attacking until you run out of assault counter. And here's what our save points look like. I'm not saving because we're going to switch over to my real file as soon as we get out of the tutorial. And here's another one. This probably teaches us about special moves, so I'll show off the special moves.
My sword rings true.
And Milla's current special moves are to summon the 4 great spirits, because she's Maxwell, Lord of the Spirits, so she can summon the 4 great elemental spirits that individually guard over the 4 elements. Like this little pop-up tells us, we have Afreet for fire, Sylph for wind, Undine for water and ice, and Gnome for earth. However, we will end up using more abilities because, for example, we don't have light and darkness yet. We need to cover all of the elements. But that's really what it is it's kind of like a fighting game. You attack, you guard, and you use your special moves, be they special physical attacks or spells. And you just beat enemies into the dirt, and do it stylishly. It's pretty simple, pretty fun.
Yes, it's certainly a big facility. But we'll find it if we search hard enough.
Alright, but it would help if you told us what we were looking for, because I'm kind of the one guiding you around. And mini-map tutorial
Look at the size
note.
of this place. They must be working on something big. Huh?
Probably. And here we'll just get into some battles. It doesn't really matter considering that I'm going to be switching files later. Ah, looks like Undine's an insta attack. Cool. And there's a bit more nuance to the system, but it doesn't really matter. It's just things like holding different direction on your basic melee attacks changes what the attack is and what the effects are. And special moves, you assign special moves to different directions, kind of like a fighting game. So like if I hit just neutral and I hit special, it did Ifrit, but then when I held to the side and hit special, it did Undine, like you saw. And then one thing they don't tell you, though, even in the tutorials, is just the importance of comboing, because just like a fighting game, you want to try to figure out how moves work together so you can make the most effective combos. Like as you saw on that guy, I knocked him in the air and then I did an attack that missed and he just landed on the ground instead of me getting to keep him in the air. Acquired money. Alright, let's see what other abilities we have. We can have Gnome fall from the sky for down special. And then that leaves up special to be Sylph. So let's see what
I
that
mustn't
looks like.
relax my guard.
Want to show off all my moves. Gotta show my moves. So,
My sword
Cool.
rings true.
looks like she does an instant attack and then dive bombs. Also, they just covered, like a fighting game, you can guard, and then
Honestly,
by guarding
with
and
all of
hitting
you
direction,
around,
you
what
dash
is there to
forward or
fear?
backwards. And as you have probably noticed, when you're wandering around, the characters like to talk to themselves. Or, well, to each other.
In here?
And I apologize if anything gets cut off by cutscenes activating or whatever. In there, but treasure chest. It was right there. Life bottle. So that's our Phoenix down, basically. Haven't been covering the items, but we're probably not going to need them once we get over to my file, so it's not important. Because I've got some cheap stuff in place from the new Game Plus bonuses. It's gonna be fun.
Trying to act calm.
Oh, come on, kid. We told you to go home.
It's that girl.
Ha! So you're the visitor I heard about.
Who are you?
This guy's no fun. I'll kill you first.
Never mind, I don't want to know who you are. I'm just going to beat you up.
Run!
Ah, the Lord of Spirits doesn't run. She can just cast spells faster. Check and mate. Now what's this thing? Why is there a person in this thing? That's concerning.
I'll rip that pretty face of yours to pieces.
Okay, but first, can you tell us what this is? And here we have our first boss. Girl in red. We also gain ourselves a assistant.
Now, and I may spare you from any bodily harm.
Let's just go ahead and use this. Kaboom! Moonbeam just destroyed that
You were
girl.
correct. The Lord of Fire.
I can't believe you were able
That's
to
how
summon
strong
him.
the Lord of Spirits is.
So this is experience.
I won't let it.
And as you see, we leveled up, but we'll explain what that does in a moment.
Whoa.
The Lord of Spirits feels merciful
I
today.
told you to go home. Don't tell me you live here.
That'd be an interesting house,
No,
man.
of course not. I'm sorry.
Well, it's fine that you
Is
stayed
this
since
the
you
work of
helped
the
us.
Spyrex?
The what-ix?
That's a good question.
Could it be connected to the disappearance of the lesser spirits?
Huh? You're losing me. Disappearing spirits?
You really need to go home. Someone might not swoop to your rescue next time you're in trouble.
Evidently, that's not an option. But look, we have a key card.
Spyrex must be somewhere else.
We can explore deeper into the manor. I mean, research facility. This isn't
Hey,
Resident
wait.
Evil.
I'm kinda trapped here. If the professor were with me, they might have let me leave, but... Can I come with you?
I say sure.
I see. If you stick with the person who saved you, then you won't need any more saving. Clever boy.
Ah, clever girl. Except he's not a dinosaur.
Boy? You don't look that much older than me. My name's Jude Mathis.
I'm Milla. Milla
And thus
Maxwell.
begins the partnership in crime. Literally in this case, because we're breaking and entering. Now we have research key and we have party members. And here comes another Tales main mechanic. So they have these little things called skits where you get more plot. And I will be checking every single one that we get. Because in this game, unlike in the older ones, these are voice acted, so yay.
My hands are still shaking.
And for good reason. You were almost killed.
I'm a civilian. Why would she attack me like that?
I don't think she's part of Rashigol's army.
If she's not a soldier, then what is she doing at a military facility?
An ironic question for you or I to ask, don't you think?
I see your point. Did you kill her?
I'm not sure. I tried to go easy on her, but humans are so fragile. I keep having to tell the Four not to overdo it.
I'm not really following you.
Well, that's interesting. But see, I really like those, because it's just really neat that they give you little snippets of story, but if you are, say, not me, and you want to just keep going, you can just skip them. But I don't like skipping them. So, next order of business?
Are you finished here?
Huh?
I assume you had some reason for coming to this place.
I was worried because Professor House hadn't come back. But he's...
One of the people who died while connected to that machine?
Yeah. I can't believe it. The professor had been so excited about the request from Orda Palace.
I see. Yes. Yes, I suppose so.
Huh? Oh, wait for me!
And see, bits like that are pretty funny from Jude's side because you don't know that Milla is Maxwell quite yet because she hasn't told you. So he just sees her talking to thin air and doesn't know she's talking to the floor. It's pretty neato.
What's going on?
Our Lilium orbs are shining.
And here comes our level
I've
up
been wondering
explanation.
what this thing is since I set off. My handmaid told me I had to carry it with me.
Well, it comes in handy if you face monsters. It gives you the power to fight them. I got one myself when I left home, just in case.
You the tutorial? No, because I can explain
That's
it.
how it works. This is actually my first time developing it too.
I see. So it's a tool that taps into inherent abilities. I imagine that powerless humans never leave home without them.
That
You talk
burn.
as if you're not human yourself.
Yeah. That seems a little weird because normally, like, it has the tutorial where it's like Jude's telling you how to use the thing, but since I'm going to tell you, we skipped it. It just skipped to being like, and that's how you do it, without me explaining anything, but I'll explain it. So it falls under Lilium Orb, and instead of just gaining stats when you level up, you instead gain GP, growth points. I had to think for a moment. You gain growth points, and you can spend them to unlock nodes on this here spiderweb grid. Each node gives you a stat up, so like this line here is based on the strength stat, so we get bonus strength for picking nodes on this graph. And the neat thing is that whenever you fill in one of the boxes on the grid, you get whatever's in the middle. So let's see. Move that over. So if we filled in this box, we would get the spell Splash. So that's how you gain new combat arts and then just passive skills, which it's a pretty neat system and I quite like it, but I'm not going to be customizing it myself. I'll just auto, because auto generally focuses on giving you whatever's the most important for your role. So like Jill, yeah, Jude's gender flipped alternative character. But I know Jude, he's a very spry fist fighter is what he does. If you, well, would have gotten to see in that boss fight, because I kind of just blew up the boss. But he's a fist fighter, and he likes to dart around and hit as hard as he can, as fast as he can. So he naturally goes for agility and then vitality to cover up his... he's got pretty decent defenses, but he wants to fill them out a bit more so that when he darts in, he can take hits. Whereas, well, looks like Milla wants to do the same thing. But she's more of a magical sword fighter, so after a while, once we get down our agility so we can move fast and then take some hits, we'll be going into magic and whatnot so that we can deal a bit more damage. I think. I don't know what the auto system's going to do. We're just going to roll with it. Anyways, one and the same skit.
Milla Maxwell. It must be pretty weird having the same name as the Lord of Spirits.
Not at all. We are one and the same.
I'm sorry?
I am
Plot twist.
Maxwell, Lord of Spirits.
What? Come on, you're totally human. You look just like a normal woman.
I would hope so. That is the form I created for myself.
The form you created?
I mean, she didn't stutter, you heard her. And here we have main proof of identity. I guess I'll explain that real quick, because there's different types of skits. Main ones are main plotline things, and you really want to watch all of these. And then there's like sub and then side. Sub is just like little things that are just for fun that you meet the conditions for, and then side is side quest things.
So
But proof
you're
of identity.
that Maxwell. Lord of Spirits, ruler of elements.
You don't believe me?
A person claiming to be a spirit? It's a bit much to swallow.
But she summoned the
How
four.
do you humans prove your identities to each other?
Well, by showing identification, I guess. I have a medical school ID card.
Oh. Then I doubt that I'll be able to prove my identity to your satisfaction. I wouldn't even know where to apply for a spirit ID card.
Is it really okay for me to be following this person?
Their interactions are so great. I like how the characters are handled in this game quite a lot. So now this door unlocked. Now we can just open all of the doors instead of having a little you unlock the door thing every time. And we're going to want to go up here while we're here because there's loot. And I like treasure. Look at that. It's a treasure chest. Don't you like treasure? Now we get a chamomile. And things like that are really important to get because one of the Tales series staples is the herb items, and they permanently boost the stats of whoever you give them to. And for this run, any of them we find, they're all going to Milla because I always just boost up whatever my main character is. It's what I do. It's especially important in this game because there are a lot of times where the party will separate, and the only one you can guarantee you'll have with you is your main character.
Attack!
Alright, so let's see what we can do here. Do we have any new tutorials that I need to talk about with Jude? Nope. We'll just get into some fights. Oh no, you didn't. Laser beam.
Far too easy.
And Jude's like, see, look, there you go, Jude. Like, you expect me to prove who I am to you? I just summoned one of the 4 right in front of your eyes. Like, how can you doubt that at that point? But anyways, that's enough for this episode. This has been Jet1, and I will see you next time as, hopefully I don't really need to explain that much more. I don't like explaining the games, I like just playing them and making witty jokes. But we've got more to explore through that door, and we'll do that next episode. So I will see you then.